Welcome to Global Glimpse. Our planet, a vibrant tapestry of life, is governed by cycles of growth and decline. For millennia, the human story has been one of relentless expansion, our numbers swelling to fill every corner of this world. We have built cities that scrape the sky, we have cultivated vast landscapes, we have connected continents with invisible threads of commerce and communication. But now, in scattered pockets across the globe, a new, quieter phenomenon is taking hold. A demographic winter, its first frosts are beginning to appear. It is a tale told not in dramatic headlines but in empty cradles, in classrooms with fewer children, in villages where the young have long since departed. Today we explore 10 countries standing at the precipice of this profound change, nations facing the startling reality of a shrinking population in 2025. Our journey begins in the land of the rising sun, Japan. Here ancient traditions coexist with futuristic technology. For decades, Japan has been a titan of the global economy, a symbol of post-war recovery and innovation. But beneath this gleaming surface, a profound demographic transformation has been underway. The sun, it seems, is now setting on an era of growth. Japan's population has been in decline for over a decade, a trend that is only accelerating. It is the oldest country in the world, with nearly a third of its citizens over the age of 65. The once bustling classrooms of the post-war baby boom are now quiet, and in rural areas, whole villages are slowly disappearing. Japan is becoming a living laboratory for how a super-aged society can function, developing robotics and AI for elder care, creating companions and assistants for its aging population. From the shores of the Pacific, we cross the globe to the heart of the Mediterranean, to Italy, a nation synonymous with vibrant life, with La Dolce Vita. The image of Italy is one of bustling piazzas, large, close-knit families, and a passion for life that seems eternal. Yet here too, a profound demographic silence is falling. Behind the romantic facade of ancient ruins and sun-drenched coastlines, Italy is grappling with a demographic crisis. Faced with a lack of opportunity at home, thousands of Italy's brightest and best-educated young people are leaving each year, seeking careers in Germany, the United Kingdom, or further afield. This brain drain not only shrinks the population but also robs the country of its most dynamic and innovative potential. Italy's predicament serves as a powerful warning that even in a culture that deeply cherishes family, economic despair can create a demographic void, leaving behind a beautiful country with an aging heart and an uncertain future. Here, in the very heart of Europe, lies a modern industrial giant, Germany. For decades, its economic engine has powered the continent, a testament to precision engineering, innovation, and a diligent workforce. This nation has long been a symbol of stability and prosperity. But now a quiet, almost imperceptible shift is underway. The rhythmic hum of its factories and the vibrant energy of its urban centers mask a profound demographic transformation, a silent tide that is reshaping the very foundations of this European powerhouse. For many years, Germany has experienced a birth rate that struggles to keep pace with its mortality rate. This demographic imbalance is creating a society that is year by year growing older. This aging of society presents a formidable challenge to Germany's famed workforce, creating a skills gap that threatens to slow the nation's economic momentum. The German government has attempted to counteract these trends, and the nation has opened its doors to migration, seeking to replenish its workforce with new talent from abroad. Journeying east, we arrive in South Korea, a nation that has experienced one of the most rapid and remarkable economic ascensions in modern history. In just a few generations, it has transformed itself from a war-torn agrarian society into a global leader in technology and culture. Yet beneath this shimmering surface of hyper-modernity and success, South Korea is facing a demographic crisis of unprecedented scale. It holds the unenviable record for the world's lowest fertility rate, a number that has fallen to a level that mystifies demographers and alarms policymakers. The immense pressure of a demanding work culture leaves little time or energy for family life. The high cost of living and the prohibitive expense of raising children present formidable barriers for young couples. South Korea stands at a demographic precipice, a stark warning that even the most dynamic and successful of societies can be threatened by a crisis that emerges from its most intimate and personal choices. We now turn our gaze to the largest country on Earth, Russia, a colossal expanse stretching across 11 time zones from the Baltic Sea to the Pacific Ocean. But today, Russia faces a profound and persistent population decline, a hollowing out that will reshape its future. The causes include low birth rate, high mortality especially among men, and public health crises, including cardiovascular disease and alcoholism's societal impact. Emigration is a major factor. Young people, educated citizens, and ambitious minds are leaving, seeking greater economic prospects, political freedoms, and a different way of life. This brain drain strips vital human capital. Each departure is a small tear in the national fabric. The vast emptying landscapes of the Russian Far East and Siberia stand as a silent testament to demographic shift. Reversing this decline is one of Russia's most critical challenges. Here in the sprawling, fertile lands of Ukraine, we witness a demographic story unlike any other, one violently rewritten by the brutal hand of conflict. The once stable patterns of life, birth, growth, community, have been catastrophically disrupted. The very survival of this national ecosystem now hangs precariously in the balance. Millions, a significant proportion of them women and children, have been compelled to flee their homes, seeking refuge in neighboring lands and beyond. The departure of so many young people and future mothers creates a demographic void. The birth rate has plummeted into an abyss, as the fundamental conditions for nurturing new life have been destroyed. The echoes of this conflict will be heard, not just in the present, but in the silent nurseries and empty schoolyards of the future. What we are observing is a nation fighting not only for its territory, but for its very demographic future. A battle against an enforced and unnatural winter from which the spring of recovery seems a distant, almost unimaginable prospect. On the sun-drenched shores of the Mediterranean, where the very cradle of Western civilization was rocked, a different kind of struggle is unfolding. In Greece, a land of ancient myths and enduring beauty, the population is contracting not because of war, but from long economic hardship. A generation of the brightest and most ambitious, faced with staggering unemployment and diminished opportunity, chose to leave. That exodus left an aging population, creating an imbalance that strains the social contract. Youth departure accelerated a sharp fall in fertility rates. Rural vibrancy fades as villages empty, schools close, businesses close, leaving the elderly behind. Economic health and demographic vitality are two sides of the same coin. The scars are not just debt but empty spaces where a future generation should be. Portugal is located along the western side of Europe, looking out at the huge Atlantic Ocean. It's a country with a long and proud history of exploring. Now, a new group of people are again looking outside their country, not to discover, but to find good chances. Just like its neighbors in the Mediterranean, Portugal is slowly losing people. For many years, Portugal has had one of the lowest birth rates in Europe. Money problems are a big reason. The cost of living, low wages, and unsure jobs make having a family a very hard financial challenge. Adding to this problem is that young, educated Portuguese people keep moving away, looking for better job chances and higher pay in Europe's stronger economies and around the world. Every person who leaves means one less person helping the economy, one less person paying taxes, and most importantly, one less possible parent. Portugal's challenge is to figure out how to create a hopeful place with opportunities that can convince its most important resource, its young people, to stay and build their lives at home. Here, on the Iberian Peninsula lies Spain, a land of vibrant culture, sun-drenched coasts, and profound history. For centuries, its people have shaped landscapes and built empires. But now, a quiet, relentless force is reshaping this society. The sounds of bustling schoolyards and large family gatherings are growing fainter, replaced by a demographic silence. One of the lowest fertility rates in Europe is driving this transformation. The decision to have children is weighed against economic uncertainties and shifting social norms. In regions like Castilla y León and Galicia, entire villages are hollowing out, España vaciada. Homes that once held generations stand silent, windows like vacant eyes. A stark contrast forms, hyper-concentrated urban centers versus vast depopulated countrysides. Young people leave for Madrid or Barcelona, leaving behind an aging population. Spain faces a demographic crossroads. This is a slow-motion crisis of continuity. The future of this sun-kissed land depends on finding answers to who will care for the elderly, drive the economy, and inherit cultural traditions. Journeying eastward, we arrive in Poland, a nation that has demonstrated remarkable resilience. Forged in great European conflicts and political transformations, its people have consistently rebuilt and redefined their homeland. In recent decades, Poland has emerged as a symbol of post-communist success, its economy growing and its cities modernizing. Yet beneath this veneer of progress, a powerful current is pulling at the country's demographic foundations. A different challenge now presents itself, not external but internal departure. The primary driver has been a massive wave of emigration, particularly after Poland joined the EU in 2004. The opening of borders unlocked opportunity for millions, seeking higher wages, seeking different life experiences. The young, the skilled, and the ambitious flowed westward, to the United Kingdom, to Germany, to the Netherlands. This exodus drained human capital, leaving a palpable void in communities, a quiet space where their energy and potential once resided. This westward flow, combined with a persistently low birth rate, has created a demographic pincer movement. The demographic pyramid is slowly inverting. The government has tried to lure the diaspora back and boost births with social programs, but reversing this tide is monumental. The nation stands as a poignant example of how silent migration can reshape a country's destiny, reshaping its future one departure at a time. As our journey across this changing demographic map concludes, we are left with a profound realization. The challenges faced by Japan, Italy, Spain, and other nations are not isolated phenomena. They are local expressions of a global trend, a great quietening beginning across the developed world and beyond. For the first time in modern human history, we are contemplating a future not of unrestrained growth, but of potential decline. Who will innovate and drive our economies forward? How will we care for a burgeoning elderly population with a smaller workforce? This shift will spur innovation in automation and healthcare, yet there may be unforeseen opportunities. A smaller human footprint could ease pressure on finite resources and forge a more sustainable relationship with nature. We may shift from pure growth toward well-being, efficiency, and equity. The path ahead is uncertain, an unwritten chapter. Understanding these trends is the first step. By observing closely, we can better prepare. Countless stories unfold across the globe. We will be here to explore them with you. Thank you for joining us on Global Glimpse.